Well, tensions remain very high at the University of Missouri. Campus police now have arrested a suspect they say posted racial threats on social media. The school remaining on edge, as you might imagine, after the toppling of the school's leadership over racist incidents on campus. One student went on a hunger strike. Football players, as you know, walked off the field. They took that picture arm in arm. That went viral. And we have this. Campus police yesterday sending out an email asking students who, quote, witness hateful and or hurtful speech or actions to report it immediately. The email does not define exactly what constitutes hurtful speech. Meanwhile, the Missouri assistant communications professor who confronted a student reporter has resigned. Actually, it was a courtesy appointment that she had with the School of Journalism, so she wasn't actually a teacher. Now she's officially unemployed. In a video of the confrontation that went viral, Melissa Click is her name, was calling for muscle from the crowd to remove the student journalist. Okay, you know that gets people hurt. She has since apologized, but reportedly remains an assistant professor in the communications department as the university's College of Arts and Sciences. And Pete is directing like a pilot on a tarmac trying to get planes to move because you feel very strongly about this.
No, I do. I mean, where does it end? Where does hurtful speech end?
Right. Well,
Reporting
where does it
to the
start?
police, hurtful speech.
Can we start with hurtful speech? Because that's actually not, I mean, that's not hate speech necessarily.
There's hate speech.
That could be, I don't like your new haircut.
It's like I said yesterday, it's subjective. It's something that's so subjective. How do you regulate it? How do you regulate hurtful speech?
And of course, racist speech is terrible. No one supports hateful racist speech. However, we're creating these bubbles, these cocoons, whether in Yale or here now in Missouri, where I can't be harmed at all. Don't say anything that makes me feel bad. You wonder why people love Donald Trump? Because Donald Trump is competing against this political correctness that's invaded not just every aspect of our society, but most especially college campuses, where it's not just hateful anymore, now it's hurtful.
Yeah, you know what I found hurtful as a journalist was that, and I'll call her just a near professor, since she wasn't not an actual teacher at the campus, but the near professor Click, who put her hand up and called for muscle in that crowd. She could have gotten people hurt doing that. And okay, what did she mean by that? She didn't want the photojournalist who was there for ESPN at the time doing some stuff. She didn't want him to keep rolling. She didn't want reporters to tell the story. That hurt me as a journalist. Am I allowed to go and complain? I don't think so.
That hurt me as anybody who believes in the First Amendment. And by the way, this guy for ESPN, who's a student, I believe, at Mizzou, somebody needs to hire him because he was amazing the way he rebutted her. He was calm. He was collected. He explained to her the law. Which, by the way, she's the adult in the room, he's the student. But, Pete, I cannot agree with you more. You are so right. These whole safe zones, this hurtful speech, what happened to the First Amendment? And, again, I'm not suggesting hateful speech or hate speech that's going to get somebody killed. But I'm talking about what's hurtful speech? Oh, I'm sorry, did I offend your feelings? We're not all singing from the same choir book. What happened to colleges expanding your horizons, having different points of view, and then coming to your own conclusions? Insane what's going on in college campuses today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you know what's interesting, Andrea? I've heard you say this time and time again, the tyranny of the small group, the minority, the people who are squeaking. There were incidents on this campus, and we've said it on the couch all week long, that needed attention. Yeah. Obviously, there were some problems on that campus. And my big concern is, are they even concentrating on that now? They're trying to keep this tamped down. I feel like they're trying to control it by controlling speech.
Not only that, I mean, what more do they want? I mean, we see this spreading. I mean, they want policy changes. They want hiring.
You mean the students?
Yeah, the students want to weigh in on hiring decisions. Sorry, guys, it doesn't work that way.
Admit your white privilege.
This is a public university, so that's government property. And that story about the journalist and your feelings, Harris, as an Emmy-winning journalist, that's really important. The judge, our one lucky guy from Monday, earlier this morning, said that was a clear violation of the Civil Rights Act, using the color of authority to try and bully, which is violating the First Amendment. I'm sorry, First Amendment rights, you can say what you want and you can be offended and people are going to be offended and they're going to be hurt, and that's life. These kids are supposed to be getting educated on these things. Instead, they're being educated on the opposite, and campuses, unfortunately, are completely
How about
backwards.
learning how to have a dialogue? A debate about things instead of, going up in arms and deciding to regulate and bring in the police and arrest people. How about discussing what are hurt feelings in specific situations instead of making a blanket statement that, hurtful feelings are this.
Yeah. That one-on-one communication, it's very important. Remember, Judge Napolitano, as you're saying, Andrea, said, no one has the right not to be offended.
Right.
That's actually not a right.
That's right. It's not a right.